Wakefield Hockey Club plays host to the three-game series, the Now Pensions Cup between England and the Netherlands, and the Now Pensions Plate between England under-21s and the Malaysia under-21s. A sizable crowd was on hand to welcome world-class hockey to the north of England, and the players didn't disappoint. The first match of the day was between England and Malaysia. Malaysian hockey was mourning the loss of its highest cap player, Chua Bun Huat, and both sides wore black armbands as a sign of respect. England started the game the brighter, winning two early penalty corners, which were both well saved. Noor Akmal Abdul Ghaffar fired Malaysia in front 10 minutes in. They then doubled their lead shortly after with a well-taken finish. Andy Bull got England back into the game, and they then equalised through Luke Taylor on the stroke of half-time. In the second half, both sides went close early on but were denied by good goalkeeping, and it wasn't until midway through the half that Malaysia regained the lead. With England pushing for the equaliser and Malaysia looking dangerous on the counter, another goal always seemed likely, but it took until the 69th minute to arrive as Rob Farrington knocked home a rebound to equalise and make the final score 3-3.
I thought the first half was relatively poor for this kind of standard we set ourselves in the games against Belgium last week. There were some good patches, so some positives to come out of it, but I think generally we're kind of a little bit disappointed with our consistency of our performance.
We've only played them once before. Going from there, we always knew they were going to work hard and be good on the counter-attack. We had a few bits and pieces that we spoke about at half-time that we weren't doing quite right that affected how they were playing, so hopefully in the second half we sort of tried to stop that and then go from there.
It's great for the lads to play against Malaysia because we don't really get to play against Asian sides too often. So it's a different style. For example, their 1v1s are very good and their counter-attackings kind of proves a different threat than some of the European sides we play a lot. So it's a really good experience for the guys. But as I said, we've certainly got plenty to improve on for the next game.
We've been away most of the time, so it's nice to be back home and doing there. We had really good support, which we always appreciate, and hopefully we'll get the same for the weekend.
The second match of the day saw England take on Olympic silver medalists, the Netherlands. England were looking to exact revenge for their 6-1 defeat in the Hamburg Masters last week against the same opposition. England started the brightest, with Harry Martin forcing a good save from Stockman in the Netherlands goal. But the Dutch slowly started to exert their influence on the game and took the lead in the 14th minute when Billy Bakker finished high into the net. Mink van der Verden then showed why he's fast becoming one of the world's premier penalty corner specialists when he put the Netherlands 2 up. Simon Mantle came close to getting on the scoresheet for England when he forced a good save from Stockman again, but it remained 2-0 to the Dutch at half-time. The second half started with plenty of possession for both sides, and after defending a Dutch corner, England won one of their own, which was finished into the bottom corner by Tom Carson. This buoyed England and the home crowd, but despite a number of chances, the Dutch held on to win the opening match of the series 2-1.
It's definitely not happy because we lost the game, and we were here to win the game, or certainly get a good result. And I thought there was a lot of stuff that was really pleasing. I think defensively we looked compact, we reduced their number of chances. And while there was a lot of intensity, I thought our quality in possession was not as good as it needs to be to really put the pressure on them and hurt them, and that probably reflected in the scoreline where we just weren't quite good enough to get over the line. But I thought we improved between the first and the second half, and that was pleasing.
Well, we always try to score a lot of goals, at least 5 actually, that's our goal for every match. And we scored 2 today, so that's too many actually. But I think it's a compliment to the English team because they play very good today. And we are really in trouble by getting into the circle, and they defend really well, and that's for us to improve. We're just trying to get the process right for the European Cup, and these 2 games are really important for us. That's why we'll be here for 4 or 5 days, to be really improving ourselves and be really ready for the European Cup, because this is our last and final test.
We obviously have taken a few steps forward from where we were last week, back to the kind of level that we know we can play at, and we train that day in, day out. I think the first half was pretty even. I think they were just they just took the chances that they had. We probably created just as many, but just weren't quite clinical enough. For something we need to address going into the 2 games at the weekend.
England under-21s play Malaysia again on Saturday and Sunday, when England and the Netherlands will also meet again.
Hey!